Not everybody has a point that we should hook all of our wagons to.
Right.
What I notice is that we will hook our wagons to the most extreme point, and that may be only 2,500 people. Like when my homies will hit me and say, man, you hear what they saying, man, about so-and-so? I say, how many views did it get? 80,000 views. I say, it's 8 million people in Philly alone. Why are you just listening to those 80,000 people? So you sort of have to put balance in the way you sort of sift through it. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, yeah. Well, the way I try to put it out to people, if you run into a room and there's 100 people in that room, what are the odds that one person is a fucking idiot? 100%, right?
Yeah.
One person.
Yeah.
Almost every room of a random group of 100 people.
Yeah.
And I'm being very, very polite.
Yeah.
One person. That means...
Probably a few.
Probably a few. But let's go with one. 1 out of 100. So that means there's 3 million fucking idiots in this country.
Right.
Just straight idiots.
Right.
Non-fixable idiots.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're going to read comments, you're opening yourself up to that. If you're going to get your opinion swayed by people who just want to see if they can affect you.
Yeah,
just want to see if they can fuck with you.
If they can touch you.
Just see if they can change you, get you to change the way you're dressing.
And
or
that's what I don't
behaving.
like. That's the part I don't like. So I tell all of my artists and all my friends, don't change, don't read it, because what happens is everybody starts coloring inside the lines, and now nobody's dangerous anymore.
Right.
Because you remember back in the day, Madonna, dangerous. Boom.
Right.
Madonna come out naked, just dancing to the Grammys like it's all good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So what I always say, just don't tuck your art in. Don't tuck your art in for the comments, because we'll end up not having anything to celebrate that is good, like having something to celebrate. Somebody did a song that was dope, or a movie that was dope, or got outside the box, as opposed to what we love celebrating, which is the crazy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, especially for comics.
Yeah.
Because it's if you do a crazy movie, there's a lot of people involved.
Yeah.
If you're on stage and you say something fucked up, it's just you.
Yeah. Well, I'm going back out, so it's about to happen. I'm gonna be passing out a whole bunch of gift baskets because I'm going back out, and
How much time did you take off?
I've never actually taken off because I still do gigs. Like I got a gig tomorrow, St. Louis, private gig, whatever. But it's just, like I know, like as a comedian, you gotta live. Like I just can't jump out there and just start talking or writing jokes. Like I've lived through some crazy shit, so I got to go out there and talk about that. Had I not, I'd be like, oh, because the one thing I hate is, the one thing that's tough for a comedian is to become successful, because we talk from a shit is fucked up point of view, and I got to have a little anger, and I got to have a little poke fun, and if I become what I poke fun at, then I can't get it off. That's why at my house, people come to my house, my daughter used to ask me this, Dad, why is this room there's nothing in it? I said, I don't want to complete the house because it gives me a sense of like, I'm still trying to get on. Like I don't put like all the pictures, nothing is like perfect in my crib. There's a curtain right now that's torn open in my bedroom. And they're like, what's going on with Jay Fox, man? What's going on? He not getting them checks, man? What's going on? And I just said, I just got to leave it like that. I keep my house a little sort of, we call it
fucked up?
The dysfunctional mansion. I'll talk about that. The dysfunctional mansion where there's always somebody, like the other night, there's Odell Beckham in my house, battle dancing Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like who does that? You know what I'm saying? Just crazy shit happening at my house all the time, so I have something to link my, hitch my comedic wagon to.
So you create chaos on purpose in a little bit of a way.
I just leave it.
Slight disarray.
I don't remove myself from it. I don't get behind the gates. Behind the gates is the worst shit.
Behind the gates.
Behind the gates. When you get behind the gates, when you reach a certain point and you're behind the gates, you can't really see. I'm out. I got to be out with the people. I got to have people. Like I had a BET party, right? 3,000 people at my house. Counted.
Jesus.
People at the gate, trying to get in. And as I look through the party, there's Floyd Mayweather, all time. Y'all, what's up, Jay Fox? What's up, baby? How you doing? All time. You got the race party. I love you, baby. Got the fight coming, Jay. So there's Floyd, there's Fat Joe, there's Little Kim is on stage performing. And then I look around and I see some of the homies, like the real guys, like, what's up, Fox? Hey, this is a nice party right here, cuz. Love it. I'm like, oh, shit. So it's all of these mixtures of people that I can still touch, hang out with people from my community. Her name is Anka. She's like the unofficial mayor in our cities. old little white lady from Germany, and she's on the dance floor dancing with Snoop. Oh, I love it, Snoopy. He's great. The Snoopy is so good in the weed. I don't know it. It's crazy. So I sort of keep it that way so I can stay loose. So when I go out, I got shit that I could talk about from the hood to the White House.
So you still manage to stay a regular person.
Got to.
But that's a hard thing. For someone who's achieved as much success as you have, that is not an easy balancing act to stay normal, because you must get overwhelmed by requests and people just wanting your time and wanting to hitch themselves to you.
But you gotta look. I think what helps me is the failures, like doing a couple of movies that don't. Man, what was that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, Fox. You know what I'm saying? Going through TSA, they don't speak to you. Your movie is out, and they're like, come on through. They don't even make eye contact. Come on through. All right, good. Go on through. Damn, the movie sucks. So, or you just get the TSA. Get, damn, Fox, what you doing, baby? What was that shit? The last shit, dog. I had to watch that shit on Fire Stick, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that. So it's like you appreciate those,
Right.
Which keeps you regular, keeps you humble, and you just gotta sort of look at other people and see how people in our business, when they do get behind the gates, you know, you've seen comics that get that 1,000-mile stare and I don't want to be funny no more.
Yeah.
Why don't you be funny no more? That's how you came up. I want to be sexy now. You know what I'm saying? They all fall into the sexy, you know, nah, I want to stay funny, keep the teeth goofy, keep my head looking goofy, hairline, whatever it is. Because that's what I draw upon when I go out. Because people can sense it. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think stand-up is kind of, in some ways, it's like a mind meld or a mass hypnosis. Like, you're connecting with the audience, and if there's anything false about what you're thinking or what you're saying, some of them at least can feel it.
Yeah.
Sometimes all of them, but some of them can feel it, and it'll fuck with the energy of the room. But if you're in the groove, you're really being yourself. That's why when you see Dave on stage, one of the things about Chappelle is that he's always himself.
Yeah.
He can just be himself.
Yeah.
And so you relax as an audience member and slide right into his mind. And he takes you on a journey.
Right.
Because he's himself. He's not disconnected by fame and celebrity. And that way, he was genius how he passed up all that money and just went to Africa and just settled in and then came back and didn't do any scheduled gigs for years.
Yeah.
He would show up with a speaker and set up a speaker in a park in like Seattle and just gather a crowd around and start doing stand-up.
Yeah, man. See, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, how do you find that?
He figured it out. I don't know how he did it.
Well, I agree with that because, like I said, success can sometimes be our coffin, especially when you're, like I said, when you're a comic. Even all the way down to the way I handle like social media is interesting. Like, you know, and me just sort of brand new on it, and what people view. Like I was, and this is sort of off subject, but I was just talking about how people view you. I went to the gas station and I put on these shades. And then I took a picture of them. I thought it was cool. I needed just pick up some, you know, $14 shade, whatever. Now I put it on. I took a picture with them, and my Instagram blew up. Like, oh shit, what's this? I read the comments. Like, man, where you get the shades at, man? Those are Ferragamos, Gucci's. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, what are those, dog? Hey, let me get that fire. I was like, wow, it's just gas station shades. But everybody thought they was, you know, something else, and I was like, nah, I don't want that. I don't want them to think that. I don't want them to think that I spent $2,000 on some shit, because we always lose our fucking shades anyway.
Right.
So I actually hit my boy Dave-O and Dave Schottenstein. I said, listen, I want to do an eyeglass. They're like, well, what do you want to do? You want to go? I said, no. I want to do an eyeglass that costs less than $30. I said, but what we're going to do is we're going to go through each frame and make sure each frame is tight, like they're dope, like amazing. Because I told them the story about being at the gas station. And they were like, wow, I think that's a good idea. So we ended up doing this whole line. I went through all 200 frames, and we did this line. It's called a Privé Revaux, right? And everybody thought that it was something else. $30. $30 shades. And now even J-Lo, Bella Thorne, all these other people are wearing the shades, because what we noticed when we did do that, people embraced it a little more. Because we did a commercial that we almost made a mistake, where we get clothes on and we tell people how much the clothes cost, and people got turned off because the jeans were like $400, the jacket was $2,000. They were like, what the fuck? And we're like, no, what we were trying to say was, although these clothes cost this, our glasses only cost $30. So that story in itself, I take that and run with that and say, like, I'm not the guy buying the high end,
Right.
stuff. I want to keep it sort of cool and regular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah, I know a really rich dude who drives a pickup truck. He's rich as fuck. And he just likes to drive around in a shitty old Toyota pickup truck. He likes it.
And why you do that?
Because he wants to feel normal.
You feel normal,
He wants
man.
to feel grimy.
You want to feel normal.
He doesn't wash his hands sometimes, got dirt under his fingernails, pretends he's a farmer.
And can buy the whole fucking world.
It's people are weird like that, man.
But we have to balance both, because being urban, I gotta step out there and shine sometimes too. Like my boy has, we get out there and we show a little bit of the success, you know what I'm saying, just to let people know we still doing our thing.
I love the expression being urban.
I'm urban. I'm a nigga.
How did that happen? How did it become urban? What year was that?
I'm actually joking. Like I'm black. I tell people all the time, I'm an NICCAH nigga all the time. if I lose being that, then I gotta have that. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
I gotta have that.
Yeah. No, I get it. You gotta have everything.
Yeah.
Why not? It's fun too, right?
Yeah, it's fun too. But I gotta have that part. I gotta always have that sort of, like, I can't leave where I came from, because that's what they try to snatch from me. That's why we did the television show. Chris Spencer and Buddy Lewis wrote this incredible script called White Famous. And White Famous was about a comedian who's, trying to become mainstream without losing his black audience, which is all of us, we go through that.
Right.
Because the minute you start doing the sort of soft movies, and brothers be like, man, what's up, man? You don't cuss no more, motherfucker? Where you at? You can't keep cussing,
I think the problem with shining is when it defines you.
Yeah.
The problem when you just, everything is flat, like Floyd Mayweather in a way.
Yeah.
It's part of his persona, and it's part of why people root against him. Like, Floyd is a genius, in my opinion. Not just a genius boxing, he's the greatest defensive boxer, in my opinion, of all time. But also a genius in that he figured out a way where he has this style that's not appealing to a lot of people. Yeah. But what is appealing is people want to see him get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And it never fucking happens.
Listen. And you know what? Floyd's the homie. Floyd comes by the house, man. And I don't want to put everything out there that he does. He's super, super competitive. That's what's amazing. But he also understands that, J Fox, I understand what's going on. All the time they want me to follow J Fox, but that's what keeps me competitive. That's what all the time. Easy work, light work. So he would sit at my crib and speak for like hours about the business of it, trying to turn these boxers' minds on, like, yo, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Don't, get your money, get your business, get all. And then he talks about just what you said. He says, I know the reason that I fight Oscar De La Hoya on Cinco de Mayo is because they want to see he carved out a niche of being the charismatic villain. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and he wasn't in the beginning.
He wasn't.
In the beginning, he was Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And then he became Money Mayweather.
Yeah, but had he stayed Pretty Boy, what?
Who the fuck knows?
Who knows, right?
I mean, he might have been like Sugar Shane Mosley or something,
Wow.
But not really, because Shane had lost to a few guys. Like, what Floyd did better than anybody is not get hit.
Yeah.
He's been hit like 6 times.
Right.
Like, really hard, like 6 times ever.
Him and Zab Judah.
Yeah.
Zab Judah, his defining fight was the Morales fight. When he fought Morales, God bless, was amazing. And he also said that hit that Sugar Shane hit him. When he'll tell you, he said that hit when Sugar Shane touched him. He said that really, he said, shook me. He said, well, J Fox, you gotta kill me, J Fox. I gotta kill me. He said, that's why I dug in. You see the end of the round. And the end of the round, he did turn it, but he got
rocked in that fight. That was one of the few moments where he really got caught clean by a world-class fighter.
Yeah, got caught clean twice. So it'll be interesting, this next fight coming up.
Well, Conor's not that level of boxer. Someone, I forget who it was that said it. I think it might have been...
It's De La Hoya.
Yeah, but someone was saying that he's got to. Oh, it was Pat Miletich saying that he has to almost cheat within the rules. And I think he's got to like fight in the clinch. He's got to like dirty box him. He's got to figure out a way to tie him up and manipulate him and move his body around.
Yeah.
He's got to figure out a way to be good defensively too, and he's got to hurt him. Those are all like high risk, low yield possibilities. Especially, the way I described it. How would you expect the greatest figure skater in the world to do playing hockey against Wayne Gretzky?
Hi.
It's not the same thing.
It's not the same.
It's not the same thing.
But it's fucking exciting. I tell you that. I cannot
greatest
wait.
freak show ever. It's the greatest freak show ever. I'm waiting for that fight more than Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin.
Wow.
Even though that fight is the legitimate fight.
But I can't, because it's gonna be some crazy shit.
It's gonna be some crazy shit. Well, also there's the mindfuck factor. Connor's the only guy that Floyd's ever fought that can look at him and go, if this was a real fight, you'd be fucking dead.
Oh,
and he knows it.
Yeah.
He knows it. Everybody else Floyd's been able to fuck up. He fucks up all of them.
Yeah.
You know, like, did you ever see that video with him and Robert Guerrero right before they fought? They had this this thing where they were doing photo shoots and they had him do a stare
and
off.
Who's this?
Robert the Ghost Guerrero is a fighter that Floyd fought maybe 4 or 5 fighters ago.
Right.
And he just worked him for 12 rounds, just beat the shit out of him. But he's standing right in front of him. He's like, you ain't gonna do shit. He's like, you're easy work. You're easy work. He goes, I'm just gonna stand. He goes, no one has to get involved. You're not gonna do shit. He goes, we'll get right close to each other. You're not gonna do shit. You're easy work. And you could see the dude was just oh no. Like he knew.
Yeah.
He knew that Floyd was right.
Right.
Well, when Connor looks at him and goes, if this was a real fight, I'd fucking kill you. And he goes, I'll do your boxing thing. It's a real fight. I'll kill you.
Yeah.
Like he's right. He's right. Like if Floyd could say, we'll do some MMA. He said it a couple times. Next fight, we'll do MMA. He's not doing that.
But you know what Floyd, one thing Floyd is, he's smart.
Yeah.
So he's got him on his playing field. So it's almost like you start to, like, I know, but people start to go like, is Floyd nervous? I said, I don't know, but I tell you this, he's definitely allowing this guy to play through.
Yeah.
And that fight is becoming bigger and bigger
and
bigger and bigger. So it's like it's gonna be crazy. And the one thing Floyd would always tell me though, he said, Jay Fox, he said the one thing they not ready for is the lights. I said, what you mean? He said the lights. When the lights are that bright and you look out and you see Denzel, you see all these, that's a different thing. Because I don't know if it was Hatton. I think he was talking about Hatton. He said, the lights, man. He said, that's the one thing I've been fighting, J5. I've been fighting under the lights since I was like this.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting.
It's going to be crazy.
But Connor fights under the lights, too. He's just never boxed anybody like that. That's going to be a totally alien thing. When he gets into that ring and he's got shoes on and he feels those big-ass gloves on his hands, and then he looks on the other side and he sees Floyd just moving around and getting ready. There's going to be a shadow of a doubt. There's going to be something in there.
It's going to be everything, Jay. It's going to be fucking everything. Because you think about it, they got us. They got us. I'm going to that motherfucker. I'm going early.
Oh, and those press conferences were amazing.
Yeah.
I'm already booked. I was booked in D.C. that night in advance. I had already sold out two shows that night. I couldn't cancel. And
you can't come?
No, I can't come. I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to work it either. They wanted me to do something for it. I can't even do it.
That's going to be the one.
I got to figure out a way to not see it until know what happened.
There's no
and
way
then watch it.
You're going to know.
I'm going to have to figure out a way. I hope the audience will be nice and not tell me. There's probably going to be people watching it on their phone while the show's going on.
No.
Like, I guarantee you, like, if someone gets knocked out,
man, they not.
I'm going to hear, oh! from the audience.
You're like, what's that? What joke was that?
Yeah, what happened?
It's great, man.
Yeah.
Great, man.
It's going to be interesting.
Well, bro, listen, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here?
I don't know. That's where we started. Where do we go from here? We just keep moving.
We keep moving, man.
You're obviously enjoying yourself. You're a happy guy.
I'm having a good time.
For a super successful guy, you seem completely balanced and happy.
There are things that you just cannot get away from that you hide right behind. But and for the most part, I did some smart stuff. Moved my whole family lives with me, so I don't have to worry about my father, my mom live with me.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, yeah. And I was adopted 7 months. So, you know, me and my biological mom, you know, are crafting our relationship now in the latter stages of her life. So, you know, that's, you know, but I didn't want no bullshit outside of that, you know, where someone is sitting somewhere watching me from a distance, like, you know,
Right.
that, you know. So mom comes in, dad, and they've been divorced for almost 30 years. It was crazy.
Wow.
So they live in the same under the same roof. It's hilarious. That's a whole nother show.
Wow.
And he still dates. You know what I'm saying? He's still getting it in, you know, be over there. And then she'll float over to his side of the house and be like, and see the girl, hey, how you doing? How are you? How's yours? Who is this?
Wow.
You know, she's getting something out of I just want to get something out the refrigerator. Some spoiled stuff. And
That's kind of intense.
And then you hear that on my door. My pops. Could you tell her not to come on my side of the house? Shit. I'm like, now parents. You know, so, but it's certain things but you got to figure out your happiness. And the only way you figure out your happiness, you got to try to see or foresee what's going to be the problem. So I get my family close to me. So whatever problem we got to work out, we work that shit out right here. Get my mom and my sisters and my daughters close to me, so they see daddy going to work like there's still some work shit. It's like, no, we just not on the red carpet. It's not just red carpet every